Welcome back to One Sober to Another. First, I just want to thank every new subscriber for subscribing to One Sober to Another, because this channel is just going to get better and bigger because you are a part of it. It shows that a lot of people are seeking help with sobriety and some of the things from my experience and strength and hope that could possibly help them along their journey, because that's what this channel is about and that's what I'm here for. In today's video, I'm talking about getting support when you first get sober, because it's very hard just to stop drinking. But when you stop drinking, not everything is super great, and we're going to talk about it. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. Yesterday, I ran into a gentleman named Paul, and one of the first things that he talked to me about was his 1 year of sobriety and how excited he was that he doesn't have to drink anymore. What I found was, through talking to him, is that he's still a little apprehensive about what he can and cannot do within his first periods of sobriety. Can he have non-alcoholic beer? Can he hang around certain social groups and things like that? This is what I gathered from talking to him. I'm not an expert. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a social worker. I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist. But I am an alcoholic of 23 years who found my way to sobriety thanks to my higher power for 5 years. For me, that qualifies me enough to talk about it to you guys, because a lot of us struggle and we struggle together, and it's not just a me effort, it's a we effort. If that makes sense to you, drop your comments below so someone else can get some of that. Everything that you put out here on One Sober to Another is important to somebody else and what they think about sobriety and how they view what they're doing or not doing in order to stay sober. After talking to this guy, I realized that perhaps amends is something that can help him, and not so much amends of just saying he's sorry to somebody, but being able to forgive himself for the things that he may have done during his drunkenness or during his disease that he might not be aware of just yet. I'm sure, because of my own experiences, that some things will start to come to the surface that are going to be hard to deal with and hard to process. I picked that up because I was listening to his wife, and his wife was saying that, she almost left, and, she was just done with his drinking period, and there wasn't many other options. She also kept saying, stop talking about sobriety, stop talking about alcohol, blah, 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 because you could see the discomfort in her face and the way that it made her feel. And he may not be quite aware of what it is that he may have done to hurt her so much, and to may have trespassed against her in a way that he's not aware of just yet. And as those things come to surface, I personally want to be there to share my experience with him. So I'm going to share an experience with you, and you tell me what you think about it. When my wife came to visit me in rehab, she was very apprehensive, and she had written a letter just before it that I was supposed to read out loud to a group of people that I don't know, and hope that they can tell me all the ways that I messed up. Now, as uncomfortable as that is, when I was reading the letter, it made me tear up, because there was some stuff that I didn't even realize that I did. Por ejemplo, for example, when I was in a drunken rage, and I really can't remember all the circumstances, and you may be in the same boat. I pushed my wife, and I pushed her into a closet, and I caused her some emotional harm, and thankfully no physical harm. That whole event transpired into the cops almost being called, and I gotta say honestly, that part I remember because I was locked outside on the balcony. She had locked me out, and I was banging through the glass. And it was pretty much to the point that that glass was going to break, and she was calling the cops. She was on the phone. And, the one part of me, the alcoholic part of me, was ready to escape it and say, you know what, fuck this. And I was worried about myself. I wasn't worried about the harm that I caused her. I was worried about me, this alcoholic, because that meant that my career would be over and that I would be locked up. And that meant that I didn't have the money to drink anymore, and I would have to find another resource. How selfish is that? Tell me what you think in the comments below. When I got sober, it was probably about 2 years. About 2 years until I was able to come to grips with my part in that whole event and the things that I did in my drunkenness that caused her the harm. It wasn't so much the pushing, but it was the fact that that boundary had been crossed from love to what the hell. And, you know, when I came to terms with what I did, I made a verbal true amends to her, and not a I'm sorry. You know, I told her that, you know, I just wasn't aware of what was going on. Now, that's not an excuse, folks. I told her I was aware what had happened and that I am truly sorry that I put her through that emotional harm and that long-term fear that she would have that would drive decades later. And the only way that I can keep making true my amends is to live it day by day and to, in my sobriety, show her compassion, show her love, and show her emotional support when she's going through something tough, instead of being that adversary that she doesn't want to see when she comes home. Makes sense? I mean, drop a like or a comment or whatever, but you know, it was through amends that, and my daily amends, that I'm able to prove to her that, and to myself, moreover, that I can be a better person. And that's where the amends comes in, because I have to forgive myself in order to expect anyone else to forgive me. That is where I'm at with that, because I think Paul and his wife are going through somewhat of a similar situation, and a lot of you are going through the same situation as well. To where in your drunkenness, you're not fully aware of what's going on, of course, because you're drunk and you poisoned your body. But when that comes to surface, there has to be kind of a soft touch to it when you think about making amends, because some direct amends are more harmful than, you know, than they are any good. And that's where indirect amends comes in, to where you can live it day by day. And I have a video on amends right above that I made with my father, and you can check that out as well. Let me know what you think about today's little short video, and let me know what you think about this channel and everything else. I hope that you guys have a great day, and I hope everybody is having support in their journey. And if you don't have any support, feel free to hit me up. The description below has my Instagram, Facebook, Reddit account, my Twitter account, and all that. And also my email is right there. Feel free to click that, and or just type it into your search engine and hit me up. I'm happy to answer any questions. And if you want to see a live stream of a question and answer session, let me know, because I can make that happen. It might be a little choppy live stream because my internet is really bad here. And I want to thank all the new subscribers, as well as the people who have already subscribed to the channel. You guys are awesome, and keep doing what you're doing every single day. What will be, I'm still here, and I'm still in your corner, and I'm still an advocate for your son and his recovery in the future. If he needs any help and anything I can do, please urge him to reach out to me, and I will see what I can probably, or most likely, or whatever I'm trying to say. I'll see how I can help through my experience, because he may think he's alone, but he's not. And neither are you guys. So this is one sober to another. Life is a garden. Dig it. And guess what? I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.